Hi, this is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News, coming to you from the WDEE TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our top story today comes from the Detroit Free Press's Lansing Bureau, where reporter Paul Egan broke this story about an unusual ruling of the Michigan Supreme Court that could potentially cost Michigan taxpayers over $1 billion, that's billion with a B, in tax dollars. A little-noticed tax case the Michigan Supreme Court decided in July could have huge financial implications for the state, costing it more than $1 billion. In a 4-3 opinion, the court overturned two lower courts, ruling in favor of IBM and against the Michigan Treasury Department in a long-standing tax dispute about how corporations that do business in several states may calculate their Michigan taxes. The ruling means IBM gets a $6 million tax refund for 2008 rather than the $1.3 million calculated by Michigan Treasury. But the ruling has implications for many more companies and also could affect Michigan business tax cases in the 2009 and 2010 tax years. And the case has implications beyond Michigan. But Michigan is the first state where a Supreme Court has ruled in favor of out-of-state corporations at the expense of the state treasury, said Amy Hamilton, a senior writer for Tax Analyst, a publication that caters to tax professionals in law and accounting firms. The Treasury Department estimates the state exposure from the decision at $1.1 billion plus interest. Just what trickle-down effect the ruling may have on the state's programs and ultimately residents is not known yet, but the officials say it would be felt. For more information about this story, please click on the link on the local news feed of our website, WDEETV.com. Next up, massive layoffs at Metro Airport. Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News, coming to you from the WDEE TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Detroit Free Press and reporter J.C. Reindl. United Airlines said it is preparing to lay off 109 workers this fall at Detroit Metro Airport and transfer their work to an outside vendor. The affected positions include 51 customer service representatives, 49 ramp service workers, and various other positions. The layoffs are to happen on or after October 1st. United Airlines announced the terminations in a notice filed with state officials that was posted online late Thursday. The carrier said the layoffs are needed to have sustainable financial success and run an efficient and reliable operation. The notice did not identify the new vendor or specify the workers could find jobs there. James Carlson, spokesman for the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, which represents most of the affected workers, said United has been doing similar outsourcing this year at 11 other airports and that the new vendors almost always pay lower wages. "We don't believe this is a good move by United to outsource this work," he said. The union workers who have been on the job since April of 2006 or earlier have guaranteed employment with United, but would need to relocate to another airport, Carlson said. For more information about this story, please click on the link on the local newsfeed page of our website, WDEE TV.com. Next up, a surplus for Washtenaw County. Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News, coming to you from the WDEE TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Ann Arbor Journal and reporter Ben Baird. After factoring in both revenue and expenditures, Washtenaw County is projecting to be on track to end 2014 with a surplus of about $212,000. If trends continue to allow this surplus, it will satisfy a county goal when added to the remaining fund balance to leave a reserve large enough to cover 20% of general fund to cover at least 60 days of county operations. Tina Gavalier, finance analyst for Washtenaw County, delivered a presentation for the second quarterly budget review at the County Board of Commissioners' August 6 meeting. Washtenaw County Administrator Verna McDaniel said the quarterly review was good news. When it comes to revenue, Gavalier said, the county is anticipating an annual revenue surplus of around $720,000 based on indications of the 2014 equalization report. The Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office is projecting a surplus of about $200,000 from fees, services, and other reimbursement revenues, and a general intergovernmental surplus of around $370,000 is projected due to state liquor tax dollars and local animal control reimbursement revenue. For more information about this story, please click on the link on the local newsfeed page of our website, WDEE TV.com. Next up, a Red Cross blood drive in Chelsea on Tuesday. Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News, coming to you from the WDEE TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Chelsea Standard. There is no byline given. The American Red Cross will be conducting a blood drive in the Woodland Room of St. Joseph Mercy Chelsea Hospital Tuesday, August 12th from 11 a.m. until 4:45 p.m. To make an appointment to donate blood, call the Red Cross at 1-800-733-2767 or the hospital volunteer office at 734-593-5793. Appointments can be set up at redcross.org. There is an increased need for donations at this time of year. For more information about this story, please click on the link on the local newsfeed page of our website, WDEE Next up, US 123 recovers from a stinky situation. Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News, coming to you from the WDEE TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our final story today comes from the Detroit Free Press and reporters Kathleen Levy and David Wasinger. The northbound lanes of US 127 between Trowbridge Road and Kalamazoo Street reopened shortly after 1 p.m. on Friday after cleanup work was completed on a spilled load of sludge from treated human waste. A truck carrying the sludge to a landfill blew a tire, and a trailer flipped around 5 a.m. Friday morning, spilling the dirt-like sludge along the northbound lanes of the highway. The drivers of 2 cars and a motorcycle that crashed while trying to avoid the truck had minor injuries. The truck was carrying a load of processed solids from human waste from Detroit's sewage treatment plant to the Granger landfill, said Charles Bennett, environmental engineer with the State Department of Environmental Quality, who was at the scene. He said the sewage plant product resembled clods of dirt and is what remains after raw sewage is treated. He said most of the spilled material was contained to the roadway, which made cleanup easier. The material can create problems if it is spilled into a waterway because organisms within it can deplete water of oxygen, he said. For more information about this story, please click on the link on the local newsfeed page of our website, WDEETV.com. This has been Jzaniece Smith for WDEE TV News. Thank you for joining us and have a good day.